Hi there, Shane Cradock here, creator of MindShift training program. And this short video just, I suppose, explains, in my mind anyway, how leadership connects to what I've created in MindShift. And leadership is a funny word at the moment. It's kind of one of these words that you kind of think, well, what does it actually mean? There's so many different types of definitions, and if you talk to 10 people, they'll all have a different explanation. But for me, leadership is about creating new realities. That's what it's about. And within that, I would see kind of a couple of key areas. First thing is that you have to be able to see a new reality as a leader. So what is the vision of the future? What do you actually see as that future? And the second thing, though, as a leader is to bring people with you. And if you think about it, that's really about influencing the minds of those people. But how can you influence their minds if you really can't influence your own mind? And from my own experience, is that most people don't consciously really understand how to manage their minds. And that's really what I'm kind of putting in the MindShift Foundation program, is what are the basic fundamentals of actually how your mind works. And it's, for most people actually, when they see it, it's actually much more simple than they would have realized. It's because a lot of this time I look out there, even what's out there available right now, it overcomplicates something that is, once you see it, quite simple. So there's, for me, a mind shift is basically where you actually have a shift in your own perception or understanding from the inside out, which allows you to move to a higher level of performance wherever you're at. And that level of performance could be specific improvement in business results or sales or working with your team as a leader, or it could be a shift in perception to allow you to have a higher quality of life, despite the circumstances around you, perhaps not changing that much. But by changing from the inside out, it actually shifts everything. And within that, I suppose there's two key areas. The first is to understand, how do you actually manage your mind? You know, most people have different comments and thoughts, but not necessarily change anything. When you understand how to manage your mind, it fundamentally changes how you interact with everything in terms of people, results, and even just your own sense of satisfaction, enjoyment, and fulfillment. And then the second part of that is coming out of your mind, which sounds a little bit weird, but coming out of your mind is probably the key skill for any leader going forward now in the modern age, in the digital age. How do you come out of your mind? Because you get stuck in your mind. Actually, the mind is perhaps, it's an area of limit, it's a limited source based on your past or experience. And most people don't understand, actually, there's a value in coming out of the mind. But what does that actually mean? It's hard to explain over video. In a way, you have to experience it yourself. And that's why the MindShift program is not just about theory and everything else. It's really an experiential program where you start to understand what I'm saying here through words and experience it for yourself, so that you own it and go, oh, that makes a lot more sense to me. You can see it. Once you understand the basics, then you can take it to create the change you want to make in your life and in your work and in the world. So if you're somebody who's interested as a leader in making more impact, if you feel there's more for you to give, despite how well you're doing, well then I really encourage you to consider this MindShift program with me. I'm looking for people like you, and hopefully the dates on this program will suit you. So food for thought. Hopefully I might see you soon. Cheers.